So welcome back to the channel. I'm back to Vlogmas day 22, I believe. But yeah, today I thought I put some really weird setting on my camera. It's got something really weird on the screen. Obviously you guys hopefully won't be able to see it, but I've got something really weird going on the screen. But I'm hoping the videography is still normal. So today's video, I don't want lighting, thank you, is a tack up and ride with me. This has been on my list to film for ages, but I wanted to use the GoPro and I just keep forgetting to ask Jamie for the GoPro, so it's ended up not being the GoPro. So we are doing it by hand camera instead, so hopefully that'll be okay. I also thought there wouldn't be much point with the GoPro because all I really do at the moment is hack, and I don't think you guys want to see like me hacking for half an hour, so I will not film the whole lot of me hacking. I do not know what Bond is doing. He's pulling weird faces. I can like see him through the feed-room window. He's just the other side of that window. Anyway, Bond is the one that I am hacking today. I've done all the others I need to ride for today, so just got Mr. Bond left. So yeah, I thought I would go in, like, not go into depth. I'm obviously not going to explain too much because I'm sure most of you guys know how to tack up. If not, I don't know if I've done a video on tacking up before. I'm not sure, but there's loads on YouTube if you want to see that. But I thought I would show you exactly what I do a bit more. I don't know. I don't really know what to call it. Bond is just putting really weird faces outside. What are you doing? So yeah, I'm going to get him out and tack him up, but I thought I would do it as like a voiceover instead of me like explaining it as we're going along, because I'm pretty sure that's probably a little bit more boring for you guys. So I thought I would voice over it, and yeah, let's crack on. It's also a horrible windy day. If you live in England, we've had a couple of like really horrible windy showery days and it's a bit gross, so yeah, let's get this done. Right, okay, so the first thing I obviously do is get Bond out his stable. So just grabbing his head collar and putting it on him. I don't actually always tack / untack him out of the stable. Sometimes I do it in the stable, if obviously, especially if it's raining, I'll leave him in the stable. Sometimes I just leave him in the stable anyway. Sometimes I bring him out. It is a mixed match, but I thought for lighting, especially for you guys, I would bring him out the stable. And then obviously take his rugs off. He is double rugged at the moment. He's probably maybe slightly a little bit warm, but well, he's not. But I'm surprised he's not, because it is a lot warmer than it has been at the moment. Well, I say that, it's been a lot warmer for a while. We only had that brief cold period, but yeah, anyway, taking both his rugs off, just pop them in his stable for now, so if it does rain, because it has been raining on this day on and off, then obviously they don't get wet. So then I just grab a brush, literally just give him a quick brush all over. This is all I really do grooming wise. Sometimes if I'm feeling good, I will brush his mane and tail through, but I don't do that every time, so I didn't want to say that I did. So give him a quick brush all down his legs and stuff. It's usually his legs that are the dirtiest, obviously from rolling and stuff, where his rug isn't, and his face is always disgusting as well, so give his face a good brush. But that and picking his feet out is the only real grooming stuff I do. In summer I also put hoof oil on, but because it's winter and the hoofs aren't really cracking at the moment, I don't really do that very often either, unless they are going out somewhere. So now I am grabbing his stuff out. So saddle pad on first. He's got his lovely Kentucky navy saddle pad on today, and then saddle and girth. I try and put the saddle on first, but he's wearing a breast girth thing at the moment, so I can't actually do the girth on the saddle until I put the bridle. So then I've just grabbed his bridle, just putting him into shot for you guys because he was stood with his head over the fence. And then yeah, so he's got this breast girth thing. Try and stop the saddle slipping back a bit. I've just noticed a couple of times recently it is slipping a little bit, and I need to get one of them gel half pad things. I think that would make a difference. But yeah, bridle on. He is in at the moment. He is just in a plain Cavison bridle. I think I do need to have a look at bits though, because although it's got the sides on, I still find him really difficult to steer. But maybe that's just a problem that we'll overcome, I'm not sure. But yeah, noseband, throat lash done up, and then I will probably just pop his fringe out, yeah, and then just stick his head collar back on for a minute so he doesn't go wandering, because he definitely would. I don't think he'd go anywhere at speed, but he would take himself off for a little wander, me just struggling to get it on him because he's, as you can see, pulling the rope a little bit, so just trying to stuff his ears in there. And then do the saddle up. So as you will see, the straps of the breast girth thing go above the girth straps of the saddle pads, so that's why I have to put the bridle on first and then put his girth on. There's me just checking that we're definitely in shot. Looked like quite a moody face, didn't it? Also me trying to get him to stop chewing the fence. They love to just stand and chew the wood of the fence. So now around the other side, make sure everything is in position. I like to pull the saddle pad obviously in the middle by the withers up quite high, just so it definitely does not rub. Again, put all the girth straps in and whatever else, and then do up his girth. And as you can see, the girth just sits quite far back on Bond. I don't know why, it's always just sat like quite far out his elbow, but it is what it is. So that is him pretty much fully tacked up now. So in a second, I'm taking my time doing this girth up, aren't I? It's because the awkward little strap things above it stop me from doing it up holes. So yes, then I get my stuff on, so hat obviously, and also I will pop my high vis on in a second because we were going hacking, and you definitely should not be hacking without high vis. It is very dangerous. So yes, high vis is a must. This is one actually that we bought recently. It's got a zip instead of the Velcro, and I always find with the Velcro ones they just don't stick anymore and end up flapping about. So that is really good. And a little whip just to have on the shoulder in case, and his boots. And then before I go, I quickly pick his feet out. Now again, I'm not going to lie and say that I do this every day, because I don't. With him being stable 24/7, it's quite rare that there's much to pick out his feet, so I'm not going to say I do it every time, but I do it kind of. I'll have a look at his feet and decide whether they need doing or not. It was actually really awkward for me to pick his back feet up today. I don't know why. He decided he did not want to pick them up for me, and was really difficult. But yeah, that I obviously did the other two as well. I just didn't film all four because I thought it would be a bit boring. And then I quickly popped his boots on. So for hacking, I just pop a pair of brushing boots on all of them pretty much. So that's all they really need for hacking. I mean, they could probably go bootless, but I don't know. It's just always something I've done, so I'm kind of stuck in the habit of doing it. And that is us finally ready, I believe. Yep, off we go. Someone commented about my mounting block. Yeah, I really, really need to invest in a mounting block. Getting on off the fence is definitely not the one, but make do with what we've got for now. So obviously check his girth, pull his stirrups down. This, as I said, the girth is really difficult to do up. The little, I don't know what you call them, like keeper things, stop you from like putting it up a hole because they get caught. I don't know how to explain it, to be honest. But yeah, stirrups down, and then I will finally be on board. Yeah, it's really stupid, isn't it, that I get on off the fence. Look at his little face. Yeah, and he's always quite spooky coming off the yard for some reason. But off we go. Just sorting my reins out.
You know what Christmas is all about. frost nipping at your nose. So I'm offering this simple phrase. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
So that is us now back from hacking. I'm really sorry if you can hear a bit of background noise. Jamie has got the telly on really loud downstairs, so I'm hoping you can't hear it. But yeah, off I pop, quickly put his stirrups up. I bet you can hear the background noise now. But yeah, pop my stirrups up, and then I take him back on the yard, and first of all take his bridle off, just so I can tie him back up. I do have to take it off all in one go. Oh, that's a nice bit of slobber on his bridle. So also undo his girth, let the fat tummy out. Looking at the camera, bless him, he's got such a cute face. Yeah, I have to take everything off in one go, obviously because of how the straps work. I could take the saddle off first, but I need to tie him up. I hope you kind of get where I'm coming from. I feel like I'm just waffling at you. And as you can see, the heavens decided to open while we were out riding. It was gross. The weather is just absolutely minging at the moment. And then I bring him to his head collar. Luckily, he's quite good at just like coming back to his head collar and having it back on. So pop his bridle off, pop his head collar back on, so he's tied back up on the yard. Taking my time putting his head collar back on. If he wanted to go, he would have gone then, I think. And then I take his saddle off and pop his tack away, and then depending obviously on how much, oh, I'm just nipping his boots off as well, but then depending on how sweaty he is or how much he's done or the weather, I will either hot cloth him, give him a cold wash if he's really worked hard, if he's a bit sweaty, give him a hot cloth if he is just a little bit sweaty, cold wash if he's really sweaty. Brush him off on days like today where he has just got a slight girth mark where he's just a tiny bit sweaty, and sometimes he doesn't even need a brush off. So obviously it completely depends. So I give him brush off on his head where his bridle been and just where his saddle has been as well. And then popped his rugs back on. I tried to be as quick as possible so he wouldn't get too wet in the horrible rain. But yeah, he was fine. So pop both his rugs back on. Obviously, again, depending weather-wise or what I've done with him, sometimes I'll pop a fleece back on him. Obviously, if he has been hot clothed or washed, bathed, I will pop a mesh rug and a fleece on him. But because obviously he isn't really wet, he might be a little bit wet from the rain, but not really very wet at all, I am just putting his rug straight back on him. Yeah, as you can see, it was really blustery, really windy, and just really gross. I can't wait for Christmas in this weather. I don't know about you, but I'd much rather it be cold, like really cold, than this horrible, windy, rainy, mild weather. Like, really don't like it. So that is now his rug done up. So I now untie him, and then I will pop him back in his stable. He tried to drag me over to some empty feed buckets. He needed to check them, apparently. I also did pull his tail over the tail strap after I filmed this clip. I just didn't notice I'd done that. So yeah, put him away, popped his head collar up there, and then I take my stuff off. So hat off and away. As you can see, it's nice and wet and gross. And then also take my high vis off. I pretty much just keep my riding boots on. I don't really take them on and off, which is not very good for them. But yeah. And then just grab him a treat. I mean, he wasn't the best, as you will hear me say, but I kind of get it. There was a few reasons. I won't go into it now. Yeah, treat for the good boy. Right, so that was my tack up and ride with me. Everyone's just had a treat, so you're probably going to harass me, aren't you? Maybe. He was actually a little bit naughty, weren't you? But I can't really blame him. He had the day off yesterday because we went for a lesson the day before and he was absolutely pooped, which I'm sure you will have seen. And then it's obviously quite windy and horrible today, so I think that combination made you quite fresh, didn't it? But hopefully you won't be as fresh now. Isn't that nice to go out? Bond, what are you doing? Right, I'm going to leave this here before I get too harassed by you. Yes. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Is it like 4 more days of Vlogmas now? That's crazy. It's not, but it is. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment and subscribe because it really helps me out. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.